UndergroundHipHopBlog.com exclusive.
What the fuck is up, California? My name's Reverie. I'm from Highland Park, Northeast LA, Los Angeles to be exact. 22. Gonna do a little interview for you guys with the UndergroundHipHopBlog.com.
It's a privilege to have one of the best up-and-coming female MCs out of Los Angeles, California with us. This is Reverie. Please let us know how you got started making hip-hop, who's your motivation, etc.
Okay, bye. So I started writing poems pretty much since I learned how to spell and since I learned how to write words. I started turning my raps into, I started turning my poems into raps when I was about 13, when I discovered underground hip hop. I was watching the LA channel that they used to have on LA. I saw Murs. It was my first time seeing him, and that was the first time I came to the realization that there's other people that rap that are not on the radio. So I wanted to try it myself. Fuck it, you know. So I started writing raps when I was like 13, and then I started recording when I was like 17. Didn't really take it serious until I was about 19. I released my first mixtape called Castle in the Air with Loudon, and since then it kind of started blowing up, kind of like a snowball effect. As far as my inspirations go, definitely like the youth, definitely my neighborhood, my family, my friends, everybody I grew up with, just hip hop as a whole. I just love it.
That's what's up. That's what's up, Reverie. Now, being a female MC, you know, for those who don't recognize your current buzz, especially in the LA area and the Seattle area, please let them know how it started and what are you currently doing to keep that motivation, that momentum moving forward for the future, especially being a female MC?
Being a female MC is a lot harder than being a male MC because people want to put you down and act like you're not as good as somebody, and they want to say you're good for a girl when you're really just doper than them. So it's kind of some of the shit I have to face. But besides that, as far as keeping the momentum, I'm just doing hella shows right now that I'm back in LA. Glad to be home. Just putting out mixtapes, free shit, shirts, doing just anything. And then the buzz, I am a graffiti writer, but I used to do a lot more graffiti when I was like in high school and shit. So my name kind of got out in my neighborhood, like, oh, Reverie, PUG. So then like I started rapping, so everyone was all on the sack even more. And then when I was 19, I put out my first mixtape, Castle in the Air with Loudon. Shoutouts to Loudon, shoutouts to Force. And since then that's when I realized that I could do something with it. It was like 3 years ago. And since then I've been putting out like a mixtape every year, an album every year. Couple music videos, not too many, but more are gonna start coming out. And I'm just trying to just reach as many people as I can. What I started, I wanted to make money from it, but now it's just about like helping people get through their day and fucking just helping people get through life. I don't really give a fuck about the money anymore. Just like knowing that I'm changing someone's life is enough gratitude for me right now.
What makes you different? You know, in your head, what makes you different compared to other female MCs that are standing next to you?
What makes me different from other female MCs? I would say that I keep it real. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to play a little wifey part that I'm not. I'm not going to act like I'm a saint because I'm not. I just keep it real, and I say shit that most females are afraid to express. And I basically don't give a fuck if anybody likes me or not. And I think it's apparent through my music that that's how I feel. And I don't fucking have to take my clothes off to get shows because I fucking rap dope. So shout outs to the females who really putting it down and aren't fucking sucking dick to get on the lineup and shit. You know, that's just making all of us look bad and shit.
Now, are you saying, you know, are there female MCs out there that might be getting booked, you know, for shows here and there because of how they look like or what they're, you know, trying to push, you know, regarding, you know, their whole image thing?
I would say definitely. Unfortunately, the females who, you know, keep all their clothes on, have some dope-ass lyrics, most of them don't get taken seriously, and it's unfortunate that the people that just take off their clothes get all this buzz just for doing some shit that really is just irrelevant to what hip hop is. It's just, I don't give props to anybody who just throws themselves at promoters and throws themselves at other artists to get like collabos and shit. Like, if somebody really respects you and your music, you shouldn't have to do anything for it. Basically, like, shout outs to the females who are keeping it real.
How does social media play a big role into the name Reverie?
I pretty much owe a lot of shit to social media, especially MySpace. That's where I was brought up pretty much back in '09. MySpace pretty much gave me my first buzz. Social media is amazing. It's like an easy way to get up, and that's part of my generation, so I'm going to fucking utilize it to the fullest. Like, I love social networking. It's kind of risky at the same time because everything's on blast. You can't really hide much. But fuck it, that's just the world we're living in today in 2012. There's no privacy anymore.
Once again, we got Reverie. This is undergroundhiphopblog.com. This is an exclusive interview. Keep in mind, she is the first female MC to be featured on a video interview. So that's huge for us. Thank you, Reverie, once again. We're at the Blues Club over here in Westminster in Orange County. We're actually on location at the Orange County Hip Hop Unity Fest. You know, are there any shout-outs you want to give out?
Definitely do want to give some shout-outs. I want to shout out my brothers, first of all, Loudon and Forrest, and Ryan, Brandon, Mikey, Hudson, and my little sister, Erin, Josephine. Shout outs to my homegirl, you know. I want to give a special shout out to Infameezy and Els. Congratulations on your baby, Mason. I'm working on a project with Infameezy. It's going to be coming out soon. He just had his baby, so it's on hold for a bit, but I'm really happy for him. And other than that, shout outs to all my haters. I love you guys, too. And shout outs to everybody from LA and Seattle.
Now, for anyone who, you know, out there overseas, around the U.S., you know what I'm saying, for all of our fans out there who don't know who you are, you know, promoters, A&Rs, scouts, for those real hip-hop heads, you know, what do you need to tell them about yourself being a very hardworking female MC based out of Los Angeles, California, and to reach out, you know, through the camera and grab them and make sure you make them aware to listen to you? What do you need to tell them, the people who don't know who you are, especially with the buzz you currently have now?
For everybody that doesn't know me and likes good music, I would say to check out my music. If you like the stuff that's on the radio, talking about money and bitches and cars that you don't have, well, you're not going to like my music. But if you want to hear some real shit, like somebody you can relate with, and if you're feeling all alone in the world, I would say to listen to my music. I'll probably get you through some shit that you think you can't get through. But we're all going through it together, and that's the message that I really want to portray through my music. And I'm the shit.
Now, for all of our fans at undergroundhiphopblog.com, where can they find Reverie music?
So if you want to download my music, I have one album on iTunes. It's called Sitting Upside Down. You can just search that. And then if you want to download the rest of my music for free, it's up on www.loudenbeats.com. That's LOUDEN beats.com, loudenbeats.com. And my Facebook, just look up Reverie. I'm a pop-up on the top. My Twitter is @ReverieLove. And yeah, once again, shout outs to undergroundhiphopblog.com. Much love.
This is our last question. This is our last question now for Reverie here. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What are you doing now to branch off, to break away from the usual scene? You know, that motivation that's inside you. Go ahead.
So as far as branching out goes, I'm working with just different producers from all over the United States and also from all over the world. I'm starting to get a buzz in Brazil. Shout outs to High Cost. We'll be doing some collabs with them. They're from Brazil. I'm also working with somebody from France. In 5 years, I plan to be touring all over the world. And if I'm not, I'm just going to keep working at it until I get to. And as far as keeping the buzz up, I'm just doing hella shows and releasing music and just being there for my people.
How do you want to end it off, Reverie?
I just want to end it off by thanking everybody who has been there from the beginning to support me and everybody who I've picked up along the way. And I want to tell everybody to keep your head up and that everything passes, even though you think it's not going to. That's it.
Once again, we got Reverie here. I don't have to remind you, one of the hardest working MCs out of Los Angeles, California, and within a couple years, around the world. Undergroundhiphopblog.com exclusive.
Undergroundhiphopblog.com exclusive.